Hi everyone. Yesterday in Russia, a bridge was blown up. I believe it was around 5:30 in the morning. I've heard one count say 6 a.m. And this happened on October 8th.
A blow, quite literally, to Russia's troops fighting in the south of Ukraine. Flames and black smoke rise from the sole bridge connecting Russia-annexed Crimea with Russia, after an explosion collapsed part of the 19-kilometer-long crossing into the sea, threatening a vital supply route for Moscow's war effort. CCTV footage captured the apparent moment the blast tore through the Kerch Bridge and a huge fireball erupted. At least 3 people were killed. Russia's investigative committee says a truck was blown up on the bridge.
So I just want to point out how this image here of the warrior on the horse with the spear on the dragon or the beast has come up in one of my videos that I did some time ago with the Georgia Guidestones. He put it around the dragon's neck. When he did so, the dragon followed the girl like a meek beast on a leash. So he basically tamed the dragon. The princess and St. George led the dragon back to the city of Silene, where it terrified the populace. St. George offered to kill the dragon if they consented to become Christians and be baptized. 15,000 men, including the king of Silene, converted to Christianity. Converting to Christianity is realizing Christ consciousness. George then killed the dragon, beheading it with his sword, and the body was carted out to the city on 4 ox carts. The king built a church to the Blessed Virgin Mary and St. George on the site where the dragon died. The Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial took place in Fairfax County Court, Virginia, and the emblem is the same, and a spring flowed from its altar with water that cured all disease. And here's some more depictions. They all look the same all around the world. Same story, same depiction, same imagery. This also represents the 2 hemispheres of the brain, crowned, united, kinged, and so then you get your wings.
The investigative committee says a truck was blown up on the bridge, setting fuel tanks on fire as a train crossed. Officials in Kyiv celebrated the explosion, but stopped short of claiming responsibility.
So there was an explosion that blew up the bridge and a train, and it's an oil train. Oil is basically equivalent to money.
Responsibility. An advisor to Ukraine's president tweeted, "It was just the beginning. Everything illegal must be destroyed. Everything stolen must be returned to."
Everything illegal must be destroyed. Crimea, the bridge. Why is this in English? Maybe they translated it. I don't know. Thing is, this is very similar to the last video I did, Decoding, an event that hardly anybody heard about. It was a mall brawl, and in that video it was basically focused around the idea of everything that happens in the dark must come to light. So this is very similar theme in the sense that everything illegal must be destroyed, everything in the dark must come to light.
Crimea, long time no see, tweeted Ukraine's parliament.
Also, Russia represents red. Red is about the lower chakras, the lower baser urges.
Along with a heart emoji, and in a taunt, Ukrainian government had just 2 words: sick burn.
This is another tweet that I find unusual. Again, maybe they translated it, but why would it be in English? Second, sick burn is kind of something that a 20-year-old would say, or maybe even a 30-year-old. Hardly anybody in political position would use that phrase, especially in a sort of professional manner via Twitter, one of their main communications. Could you imagine the President of the United States or Prime Minister of Canada saying sick burn about something that happened? Even if they were in war, it's a joke term. It's basically a pun or a play on words, and sick burn means that you are joking around with somebody and you say something that particularly stings because there's truth to it. So this tweet went out at 2:34. 34 is 7, so that's 2 sevens. October 8th, there's the 108, and 2022 is 6, or also 2022. 22 is 4, is another 8. I'm going to get into a little bit of the meaning of 108. 108 is a very significant number in Hinduism. It is the basis of creation, represents the universe and all of our existence in Vedic cosmology. In Hinduism, we believe our outer cosmology should mirror our inner spirituality because our ultimate realization is that we are one and the same. If 108 is the basis of creation and represents the universe and all of our existence, the bridge was built on 108 and it was blown up on 108, then this represents perhaps the birth of the new world as well, because it's adjacent to Happy Birthday, Mr. President. The number 108 is related to the number 5. It is the 108 degrees of the Pentagon, 72 degrees in the center, and 72 plus 72 is 144, and you have 108 degrees at the apex. So, and that's related to the number 5. Phi is life, is Venus. And you put the Vitruvian Man on the circle here, which is the pentagon, the pentagram.
Traffic has already resumed on undamaged parts of the road, and rail traffic was expected to restart later in the day. The bridge, however, isn't just logistically important, it's also hugely symbolic for Russia.
And particularly on Vladimir Putin's own ego, since it's one of his main achievements since the illegal annexation of Crimea.
But Professor of Defense Studies Walter Dorn tells me the explosion also plays into President Putin's claims that Russia is defending, not attacking, a Western armed Ukraine.
The Russian regime will definitely use it that way. It will try and use it to stir up support for the war in Ukraine and demonize Ukraine for attacking a vital link in the infrastructure of the Russian Federation.
President Putin personally drove a truck across the bridge at its opening in 2018.
So this is a personal thing for Putin. His friend built the bridge. He drove a truck across the bridge on the opening, and the opening was in 2018, which is another 18 or 108. So there's a significance with that date as well. I'm not really big on the whole gematria thing and connecting things through numbers of days and how many days apart they are. To me, yes, some events with some of the days apart are significant. I just think that people go a little bit overboard with it. However, having said that, if you are somebody who does participate in gematria and days apart and that sort of thing, and you see something in this that I obviously will not see because I don't look that way, I don't see things that way, please leave it in the comments. I'd be interested in hearing what you have to say, because I do think that there is something here that has to do with days apart, simply because this happened the day after Putin's birthday on the 8th of October rather than the 7th of October. If this was a significant event that was geared towards punching Putin in the face and saying, hey, this is a personal attack on you, happy birthday, Mr. President, why didn't it happen the day before? It was 70 years that the Queen reigned. 70 years Putin's been alive. The Queen died on September 8th. So there's another 8th of the month. And on August 8th, Olivia Newton-John died. Now, I went back to see if there was any significant events happening on this, like the 8th of July or the 8th of June. And there were a couple of things, but they weren't really worldwide news stories. They weren't hugely significant. There was a train derailment in Iran, and train is a connection to the train blowing up on this bridge. But it just seems relatively minor considering there's hardly any news stories about it. It wasn't really worldwide sensation news story. So I can't really connect it. It's kind of on the fence for me. And if you can come up with other connections that happened on the 8th, please let me know. But I hesitate to go back too far considering when you look at the 8th of October and the 8th of September and the 8th of August, those are very significant, prominent events. Beyond that, they start to dwindle in significance. So why these 3 months? And is it an indicator that something is going to happen on the 8th of November? Or is this it? Is it just 3 things that are happening in sequence with each other? Are those 3 things connected?
Its partial destruction comes just one day after his birthday, prompting this mocking social media post from the head of Ukraine's National Security and Defense Council.
Considering they didn't translate this, I'm guessing they didn't translate the others. So again, why, if you are the Ukrainian government, why would you post in English? I think that's a pretty significant question. English is not your first language.
He posted a video of the burning bridge alongside a video of Marilyn Monroe singing, "Happy birthday, Mr. President."
Okay, so this is literally a burning bridge. So when you burn bridges, it means you cut ties to the past in a negative way. And adjacent to it is a happy birthday message. And it happened the day after the president's birthday. Marilyn Monroe sang this 10 days before Kennedy's birthday, and she died on August 4th, and she sang this on May, I think it was 19th, 1962. So she died shortly after she sang this song. But Marilyn Monroe, Mom Wow, could represent the death of this old world system. The fact that it's a burning bridge adjacent to a birthday message means there's death to the old world and moving into a new world. And if you recall, back in 2020, there's several videos that came out about birthdays, images about birthday cakes, videos about singing happy birthday, because it's all in reference to birth of the new world. So the burning bridge, October 8th, is directly connected to the Queen as well, because the Queen's code word is London Bridge. London Bridge is falling down is code for the Queen is dead. So the bridge fell down and now it's burned. That happened September 8th. This happened October 8th. There's very, very coded messaging going on here. All right, well, that's really all I have to say about this. There's not a whole lot here. I just wanted to cover it because what is here is significant. So short and sweet today. Thanks for watching. Hope you're having a great day. Leave a comment in the comment section. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to my main channel because you're missing some majorly important videos if you are not subscribed. All right, have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye.